Okay, so this is what if Naruto? I said, what if Izuku or Deku was a Todoroki? So this is Tristan's time. So go.
Alright, before we start, I just want to say something. So, I took a break from My Hero Academia for a while, but then I just started like, watching, because I wasn't caught up, so I just started finishing season 4, and I got back into it. So you should be expecting a lot more My Hero Academia what ifs. Alright, so basically we left off, oh yeah, they were explaining all their quirks. You don't need to know, you already know all their quirks if you watch the show. And if you didn't watch the show, you shouldn't really be watching this what if, but yeah. Alright, so basically they're outside, Izuku, it's at the end of the day. Oh wait, no, not the Izuku. Alright, so Aizawa is like, if, um, if you get lost, you're getting expelled. That's the end of it. So basically, it's Izuku's first up, and he's basically like has the ball in his hand, and with his other hand, he's all the way back, like giving him like 10 yards. So he boosts up with his right hand. He doesn't have exact a lot of balance, so he's
Three,
using his
two,
feet too.
one,
And he just like
brawl.
does like a really like tornado throw, I guess, like those tornado kicks. But, like, so yeah, he's basically doing that, and then he gets a total of 800 meters. Uh, he's getting a total of 800 meters, and yeah. So he says, good, uh, Izuku Todoroki. And basically Todoroki does it. He doesn't exactly get as far. He gets 500 meters because he does it with his ice this time. I don't know. It's kind of strange. But he doesn't.
Remember,
It's like a normal throw.
he doesn't use his fire style, so that's why.
Yeah. Oh, why am I not sick? All right. So yeah, and then Bakugo does it, and everything goes the same except that first place was Izuku. Second place was Todoroki. Uh, third place was Bakugo, and fourth place was Jiro. And for the race, Izuku just used his
No,
basically
no, Tristan. First place is Uraka. She got infinite.
no, I'm talking about the end of the whole thing.
I know, but Uraka gets infinite because she can
I'm talking
basically.
about the whole thing
Okay.
after, and then yeah. And Minetti gets class and he gets expelled from school. Aizawa's class, he can do whatever he wants. And Mineta was weak to begin with because he didn't know how to use his quirk without bleeding, and it's not that useful. But yeah. So I just want to get Mineta expelled because I don't really like him as a character. I could have just made him not get accepted anyway, but like that's just better in my eyes. So yeah. And at the end of school, Izuku was like blushing and like Mira, they say like literally 2 sentences, and Todoroki's like, what's your number? It's like, and he's like, Jiro's like, excuse me, and then Shoto is like, not for me, for my brother. My brother clearly likes you, and you clearly like him. So, and he's not gonna make the first move, and you're not gonna make the first move either. So it's gonna have to be me. The first call will, I'll make sure I'll write down on a piece of paper that this is the number. Don't hang up when this number is calling you. Save the the uh the
Caller
contact
ID.
as
Caller ID, basically.
save save it as
Izuku,
Izuku.
Todoroki or something.
And she's like okay, and she's like very confused that like Izuku won't make the first move. But yeah, so school year begins like normal. So and basically they go to they at the end of another day school, they have to sign the permission slips. We're going to USJ, and basically it's a natural disaster training exercise. So yeah, and yeah. So basically, they get there, 13 there, and then basically Jiro senses like some type of frequencies in the sound all the way at the end, And he's like, Mr. Aizawa, are there supposed to be any people here we're training against? He's like, no. He's like, then who are those people over there? And then the giant purple blackish portal opens up, and it's the villains. And basically, they have the Nomu there, and the students are like there, and Mr. Aizawa says 13 protected children, and I'll go fight them all by myself. And they're like, no, you have to let us fight. You have to let us fight, Mr. Aizawa. And he's like, no. They all go anyways. Kirishima, Bakugo, Jiro, Todoroki, Shoto, Izuku. I keep saying Todoroki, but yeah, Shoto. Yeah, and maybe some other people. But yeah, those are the main people that go. And they're basically fighting the villains and stuff. And Izuku goes up and he does all his flames, and it hurts most of the villains, but not a lot of them. He aims at the Nomu and literally does nothing. So yeah, and he tries to put out as much flames as possible and tries to enhance it, and basically all the flames just stop, and then like electricity kind of comes out a little, and then he just shocks the Nomu right in the brain, and the Nomu's just dead on the ground. And what's his name? I forgot his name. Davi, he's not there. He's doing other things with the League of Villains, just sitting at that bar place, relaxing. And basically Shigaraki is like, that kid's power is amazing. He would do just fine on the League of Villains. So basically they basically retreat, and they're not successful in trying to lure All Might, but they have a new plan, capturing Izuku Midoriya. So yeah, the end of that is like, they tell on the news that the kids defeated them, but alright, they say that the kids defeated them, but they don't tell exactly, because they don't want any information about Izuku's quirk being leaked out, even though it did when the villains retreated. But yeah. Alright, so basically Izuku is just going in the thing, and I know I changed the hero versus villain thing to be after USJ, so that's what we're gonna do now. So basically All Might's like, oh, I'm gonna be your teacher. You guys did a good job at the USJ sector against the League of Villains. And basically he's like, what is another one here doing in our classroom? And he's basically like, well, I'm your teacher. And basically, like, the whole class is pumped. They go over to All Might, and Izuku and Jiro are just listening to music. Izuku's head on his desk, and he's trying to fall asleep. And he's like, alright class, let's go to the center where we'll be practicing our hero versus villains. So basically, first up it's Bakugo and Ida versus Shoto and Izuku. So yeah, basically like he's acting like Izuku is acting like Shikamaru, like what a drag, but he doesn't really say it. But actually, let me change the team. It's gonna be Izuku and Jiro versus Todoroki and Bakugo. Todoroki's not gonna freeze the whole place because that wouldn't be fun at all. And basically all Todoroki can think about is that Todoroki better use his fire side. It's not Endeavor's quirk, it's his quirk. I don't know how many times I have to tell him. And basically, they're both blushing. Izuku and Jiro. And Jiro's like, I'll just stay here. If they ever come by, I can just I can't speak. I can just change the sound frequency around them, so it'll be unbearable to the point. But yeah, he said
their eardrums burst.
Well, they're not gonna do that because they'll go deaf.
Well, you can freaking recover the repair them, but okay.
It's very hard. Alright,